Hello, everyone. Good morning. This is Mahalakshmi Saravanan, founder of Women Entrepreneurs India. As a part of WEI's Expert Talk series, we have an expert today with us, Ms. Srividya Seshadri. Let me give you a brief intro about her, and then we'll go ahead with a lot of questions related to starting a business in India and registering the same. So, Ms. Srividya Seshadri is a company secretary in practice in Chennai for a span of about 8 years, and she owns a firm named Jwala Corpserve. The firm focuses on leading providers of secretarial, legal, business advisory, corporate governance, and other regulatory services with a vision to provide one-stop solution in all corporate, legal, and secretarial matters. The firm also focuses on the foreign exchange management compliance and intellectual property rights compliance. Apart from the above mentioned business, she is very passionate in Bharatanatyam. She runs a dance class named Ananda Nrityalaya since 5 years. She has performed in many stages since her childhood. Thank you so much, Srividya, for joining us today. And I hope you'll be sharing a lot of insights on starting a company. So, viewers, let's join hands and welcome our speaker of the day, Ms. Srividya. Srividya, how is your day?
Yes, thank you, Ms. Mahalakshmi. The day is very good, actually. Good morning, all, and I'm happy to be the speaker for the day. Yeah, we can go ahead.
Yeah. So during the pandemic, I think many have started the businesses. We could see that there is an entrepreneurial surge amongst women, especially. And since we have been supporting entrepreneurs since 2013, we could see that not many people are actually aware of how to go about the company registration, how to choose the name, what would be the cost, and how to identify the expert and how to find out if the expert is genuine or not, right? So walk us through this process as to when you start a company, is registration mandatory or not, and if you have to register, what is the process like?
See, actually, it differs. There are various entity which can be started. A person, women can even go ahead with a sole proprietorship that she herself can operate individually as a sole proprietor, or she can have a partnership firm which will be like partners with her, along with her running over an agreement. It's just an agreement, one-to-one agreement, that we do this, and I do this, you do this, and we'll have this profit and we'll share this loss, kind of things. It runs through over an agreement, just a simple agreement. And other form is like a private limited company or a limited liability partnership, which is governed actually through Ministry of Corporate Affairs. See, with regard to legality, or with regard to a stand, like we will establish like that, a private limited company or a limited liability partnership will help women. Why I'm saying is that a company or a limited liability partnership have a legal entity. So, as it is governed by Ministry of Corporate Affairs, we are secure. We are secure. Like a company as an entity, it is different, and we as a director or a shareholder, we are different. So, in partnership firm, we are liable for each and every act of other partner. Also, we'll be liable for it. But say in a limited liability partnership or in a private limited company, it will not be the same. So we our liability will be limited towards, if it is a shareholder, will be limited towards our investment, and if it is a director, it will be limited toward what we do. So it is better for women who is focusing for a future growth, higher growth, can go ahead with a limited liability partnership or a private limited company. For a private limited company, a name can be anything which they wish, but the name should be unique. Like Ministry of Corporate Affairs will come with certain regulations that one entity should be identical from another. Means both entities should not have a same name. It will create a, what to say, it will create a problem in future for them itself. It will create a problem in future. So at the starting stages, that we need to ensure that our name is unique and identical, and we need to go ahead with applying with the names with the Ministry of Corporate Affairs, for which they'll revert us whether that is available or not, and after that the process of registration will follow up. It is up to the person to start a kind of entity, which kind of entity they choose. It depends entirely. It depends upon their investment. The kind of entity, it entirely, totally depend upon their interest for future and investment. Hope I'm clear.
Yes, Srividya, ma'am. So it's absolutely clear. So I think people should go ahead, register their company, and that's how the business, you can build a big business. As in, if you want to raise funds or if you want to kind of build it like a big empire, you definitely have to register a company. So my question here is, a lot of people know that they can do digitally, and there are so many people who are going ahead and doing on their own. So do you think if someone registers on their own, there will be any challenges, or they have to have experts to register a company?
See, of registering a company on own, I don't know who people are doing, because it is quite I don't say it is difficult, but without advice of an expert, it is literally difficult. Because a company has many compliances to be followed. Rather than this partnership firm on sole proprietor, a company needs very many compliance to be followed. If they miss anything out, they'll be caught. Because now at present a company is governed by different legal what regulators. For example, for a Ministry of Corporate Affairs, the head is that Ministry of Corporate Affairs. They come under regulator, first regulator, they come under first regulator. And registrar of companies, registrar of companies, for example, if a company is going to be registered in Tamil Nadu, they'll be governed by this registrar of companies, which is Tamil Nadu, Chennai, which is situated here in Chennai. So they'll be governed under them also. They are also one regulator. And if it is a public limited company, SEBI. So for this, for every for every regulator, there are certain rules to be followed. Even from starting incorporation, there are certain rules to be followed in the process of incorporation. See, the main document for a company is this: it's memorandum of association and articles of association. So those two, memorandum and articles, has to be drafted so keenly, so legally, that we don't get any lawful complaint at later stage, and we don't miss out anything, particularly with regard to this directorship and shareholding thing and whatever. Because I've seen many companies where they start now, and in future, no, they'll be having some issues among themselves. It may be a family oriented business, or maybe some other person, outsiders, they'll have some issues among themselves. So at that point of time, if we check our articles, there will be some hint that we can get out of it, or we can get the others out of it. So the drafting of memorandum is a charter of the company. It is called as charter. That is memorandum of articles and association of the company. Is it a charter document of the company? That is main document of the company. Like a land has a land deed. Like it is like Pata, what we say as Pata. It is like that. MOA and AOA is a charter of the company. It is most essential document of the company, which has to be drafted so legally, so carefully, that we won't get any problem in future. So it is better to have an advice of a legal or of an expert, rather than going themselves and registering a company.
That's wonderful, Srividya. I think people have to seek experts, take their help, and understand the rules while registering the company, and then take it up. That's wonderful. So let me go ahead with the next question. See, you mentioned about the terms, memorandum of understanding and the other terms. So can you break down the term for us?
That's what memorandum of association. Two major document, two chartered document for a company, limited company. I mean to say, for a limited company, it is that memorandum of association and articles of association. A memorandum of association contains the business which a company can carry, like a main business. See, for a infrastructure company, what they need to carry, like IT, hardware, software. And a wholesale trader, or wholesale or a retail trader, what they have to do. Or a manufacturing company, what they're going to do. So it only contains, memorandum of association only contains the business activity actually which a company has to go ahead, like which they are willing to go ahead, which they are going to carry out through their lifespan. Okay, and it also contains the additional activity which are oriented to this main object. These things a memorandum will have, and also memorandum will have the capital, that is investment, how much the promoter, how much the person will bring in, the exact investment which a person will bring into the company. And it also has a subscribers detail, and who will be subscribing to the shares of the company. The main investment of the company is called as shares. How a partnership firm has a contribution, likewise a company will be having a shares. It is a units which will be given to the promoters. For example, a company is going to start with 1 lakh of capital, paid up capital, or authorized capital of or 10 lakh, or paid up capital of 10 lakh. How many subscribers? Say we have 2 subscribers, so each person upon their ratio, say they may have 50-50 ratios, so they'll bring in 5 lakh, 5 lakh. The capital will be based upon the face value, means face value, which means the per share amount. So I'm bringing in 5 lakh capital. A per share amount will be 10 rupees. So my shares will be 50,000 in the company. Means my investment is 50,000 shares, or for an amount of 5 lakh. So these details will be there in the memorandum of associations. And articles of association, what an articles of association have, it will have the some certain legal companies which are incorporated in India are mainly governed by Companies Act 2013. So Companies Act 2013 is the regulator created by the regulator, which have certain guidelines how a company should be. So a company, if it is a private limited company, they should have, for example, minimum 2 directors and minimum two subscribers should be there, and the company should have much of meeting per year. So these kind of regulations are fixed for each and every companies. Those regulations will be mentioned in the articles. Certain things can be altered according to our formation and the promoter's wish. So certain things can be changed in the articles, but not everything. So we need to follow the laws laid down by the Companies Act. In the Companies Act, those laws will be embedded in the articles of association.
Yeah, Srividya ma'am. So you clearly explained the terms MOA and AOA. I think our users would love it because that was a very crystal clear explanation. Let me go ahead with the next question. When we choose a name, I think there is some challenge for entrepreneurs, as in if there is the term India, then I think you'll have to pay more or something. We don't know about it. So can you walk us through choosing the name and what's the right way to choose the name? And will an entrepreneur have to pay more while choosing a very fancy name or something to do with the term India?
See, by choosing the name, there are certain regulations. Like as I said, the MCA has come up with a regulation that names regulations, which they have mentioned clearly that there is no like in at older times, that is 2013 act is a new act. We had a 1956 act, which is an older act. At that time, we like, what do you say, for India we need to pay additionally. At that time there was there, like, for if you are having a word India, we need to pay additionally, or we need to have this much of authorized capital. But now it is not like that. But what they have done is that certain names are they have eliminated from the list itself. Like, we can't have a name like Chennai Corporation. For example, Chennai Opticals. We can't register a private limited with the name Chennai Opticals Private Limited, as it is a name of a district. So we need to go ahead with the approval of central government before getting those names registered. We need to go ahead with the approval of central government. So central government, you know how what will be the process, as it is a government process. And with regard to India, we don't have any discrepancies now. So we can have a word India with the same payment and same authorized capital and paid up capital. We can have a name in it, India, no problem in that. Only certain things, like we can't have a name with emblem, or government owned departments name we can't have, like Air Force departments, those names we can't have specifically. Like India and all, we can have, now we can have, no issues in that.
Okay, that's wonderful. We have a few questions from the users. One of the question is that how long it will take to incorporate the company? What's the duration like?
Before that is before this pandemic, actually we'll get a name. Incorporation process will end in a week. So if we apply for a name today, we'll get the approval, whatever it is. If the name is there, we'll get an approval within a day. And if we get the signatures, documents from the claims, that once we file it, we'll get the approval for for incorporation certificate. We'll have in hand in 2 or 3 days. So maximum time is 1 week before this pandemic. Right now at this pandemic, it is little bit time taking, like the department, the Ministry of Corporate Affairs is taking time not less than 15 days, like name approval itself taking 3 to 4 days. For some people it will getting on 1 or 2 days. That's it. It's depend upon the working people over there. Due to this pandemic, some people are coming, some people are not coming, and some are working from home. So at present, we are taking nearly 15 days for incorporation. I'm saying it roughly.
Okay. So could you please list the documents required to register a company?
See, first, if a person is having director, there will be normally for a private limited company, 2 directors are mandatory and 2 shareholders are mandatory. So, if a if a person who is having a DIN, that is director identification number, is there, the process will differ. And if a person does not have a director identification number, the process will differ. But I'll say a process from first, that if I'll say a process where a person does not have anything. Okay, first and foremost, they need to apply for digital signature. For digital signature, we need their KYC, like PAN, Aadhaar, their phone number, their email ID. Those documents we need for digital signature at first. And then I'll go for applying for name. For applying name, I need just 2 informations. One is name of the company. We can have 4 alternative name at one shot. Like at one shot means they'll give two time 2 options. So at one shot, I can get 4 alternate names. I need 4 alternate names first time. For alternate name, 4 alternate name, and the business activity which they are going to carry. It should be crystal clear, because what I give now, what the business activity which I give now for ensuring the name, for getting approval for name, will be carried out throughout the incorporation. So the object should be specific. These 2 documents. Once we get the name, for incorporating a company, I need documents like the KYC of directors, as I said, KYC of shareholders. The shareholders and if the shareholders and directors are common, then okay. If they are different, then I need KYC of directors, KYC of shareholders also, and also certain forms, certain documents they need to sign, which I'll provide them, and they can sign and send it back to me. Like what we say, that consent to become a director, and this a memorandum of association, and I need this utility address, like where they're going to have their registered office. For that, we need that EB bill copy or rental agreement. If it is in rental agreement and no objection, those copies I need. So once I get these are the basic copies. And now MC has come up with a great thing, like Ease of India. What they are doing is that at incorporation itself, we can have our PAN, TAN, and bank account. Like if a customer need to open a bank account in HDFC, we'll be providing their details to the bank through a form itself. So their nearest branch, if a company is having their address at Ashok Nagar HDFC, will specify the detail of the bank in the form, the HDFC Bank, Ashok Nagar. So what they have is that after the incorporation, either they'll get a call from HDFC branch itself. Most of the people are getting call from HDFC branch. Else we can, the next day, soon as the company gets its incorporation certificate, they can approach the bank, submit their documents, that is MOA and AOA, which I'll provide for them, the final copy. They can approach the bank, and the process will start immediately. Before and all, it's not like that, because a company, the banks will ask for hell of process. There may be more process in opening a bank account after incorporation actually. But now, for ease of doing business, the Ministry have come with these process, where at the time of incorporation itself, we'll done with everything.
Awesome. I think now the process has become completely hassle-free, and many are able to register digitally, and they can also open a bank account, get their PAN, and whatnot, right? It's becoming really easy. It's up to an individual to go ahead and register a company with the Ministry of Corporate Affairs. So coming to the next question, can you help us with the term one-person company, because many people are trying to register and they have a few questions related to this term.
One-person company is nothing but, see, normally a private limited company needs 2 directors and two shareholders. So it has some complaints to be carried over the year. The company started, and the company need to appoint an auditor, and a company need to appoint a practicing company secretary like us to carry out the legal activities which has to be done throughout these things. And the company needs to file its IT and ROC returns, everything, for a private limited company. And they should meet in 4 times a year. Those things are there, and there are certain regulatory compliances for 2%, that is normal private limited company. Whereas in OPC they have some ease, not more, but some ease, where they can have only 1 director. It is like a sole proprietor. Actually, a sole proprietor, what I said in first, it is not governed by any act. A sole proprietor firm can have their, see, if I am a sole proprietor, I have my PAN card and I have my own firm name, so I can go ahead with it. But some people needs to go beyond that. Okay, I see, if I approach a bank, like I need some loan for myself to develop my business, they'll find difficulty in giving, because I don't have any legality. I'm just an individual, sole proprietor. Where do I have a legality? My name, that is Srividya. That's it. No legality is there. But so those people can go ahead with forming a one-person company. What is a one-person company? There will be only 1 shareholder and 1 director. The shareholder will be having a nominee. Say, if I'm going to incorporate a one-person company. Some people will have like see, the trustworthiness. We should have trustworthiness. So at this point of time, no idea whom to trust and how to trust them. So at that point, one-person company comes to a play. So I can go ahead with incorporating a one-person company, where I only be the director of the company, and I myself will be the investor, that is shareholder of the company. So I'll incorporate, but I should have 1 nominee for me. In everything, I'll be having, for every detail, for LIC also we'll be having a nominee. So I should have only 1 nominee. The process are all same, incorporating or OPC all same. The difference is that I not 2 directors and not 2 shareholders, only one director, that is only myself, and the same can be a shareholders. I can incorporate a company, but one glitch is there in that. See, if you are going in future, if you are approaching a different level and you are getting, your product is awesome, and you are getting an investment from abroad, an investment from investment banker, so at that time you need to convert your company, one-person company, into a private limited company. Why I'm saying is that one-person company can be formed up to a small, it will be a small company. Only up to certain turnover, one-person company can grow. It can exist only up to a certain turnover. Once it reaches the turnover beyond that, we need to automatically convert it to a private limited company. So one-person company can be formed. It has also legality as such as private limited company. According to law, what all the importance given to the private limited company, 2 directors company, is given to one-person company with certain exemptions. Like in conducting a meetings and all, they are having certain exemptions, and they can have like what I said, like I can't personally go and take a loan for my firm, but that one-person company can go. They have legality, so they can approach, all the things are there, but they have a restrictions that up to a certain turnover only they can be a one-person company. After that, they need to change their legality or their form into a normal private limited company.
That's awesome, Srividya. So here is a different question, not related to your expertise, but then we would like to know, how did you start the company? I mean, your brand, and can you share your story with us?
Oh, sure. Actually, my I'm from Coimbatore. I'm not from Chennai actually. I'm from Coimbatore. I'm born in Chennai, but fully brought up in Coimbatore. And I did my schoolings, everything. I finished my college and I completed my ACS in Coimbatore. I did training there. And after 2013, when I got married, I got down here and I settled here. And for a period of 2 years, I didn't go for work. I didn't do anything literally because of my child. My child was born, so I didn't do anything. And at 2015, I started this career as a company secretary. 2014, sorry, 2014, I started my career as a practicing company secretary. See, company secretary can be in a whole-time employment also. Certain companies, as per regulations, they need to have a whole-time company secretary. But I choose to be a women entrepreneur. Like I need to be on my own. I don't want to go to work under a boss. I don't like that. Literally, I don't like that. I need to be on my own. So I started this firm like Jwala Corpserve. I started. Jwala is the name of my child, so I started that Jwala Corpserve, and I don't know anyone in Chennai, so it is built on my own brick. It is through reference only. I started with getting referral from one auditor, and through them. So I have my own clients now. For a period of 8 years, I'm doing my clients are satisfied with my services, and they even refer to others, like this madam is doing. So okay, fine, till now I'm happy to be an entrepreneur actually.
Great. I think being an entrepreneur is really good because it gives you the flexibility, the independence, and the courage to face risks and whatnot, right? I'm glad that you have chosen the right path. And now my question is on your Bharatanatyam part. So you are a company secretary, you have been catering to a lot of corporate clients, and you're also teaching Bharatanatyam to students across the globe. Can you walk us through your passion?
I started my dance when I was in third class actually. So I was so passionate to my dance. Like I love dance actually. So I started the career at the age at yeah, third class. When I was third, I joined dance class, and after completing my 12th, I joined BCom, and simultaneously I did my BA dance actually in Annamalai University, where we will be having a class like yearly 45 days class. I went there and I stayed there. I studied it, and I also taught. Like I got the experience from my guru, where after 12th, what we did, myself and my friend, we started teaching dance to our students. Like in our dance class, my guru told that you can like we have passion in my she is my friend. She's also a dance teacher, so we both started teaching children who are there at our class. And so likewise, I'm so much passionate to dance. Even now, yearly once or twice, we are giving performance. And like I should not I because I'm passionate, and I should not leave it. So what I did is that I tried to take classes in my schedule. What I did is that I have allocated an hour a day, like that. So right now I'm taking three classes a week actually. I'm just have separated, like according to the kids timing, and according to their see now, as it online classes, we know how kids are struggling actually. So according to their timing, according to their class school timings, I have bifurcated the kids in these three classes. So 1 hour each classes. And myself, I have done performance in Chidambaram and in Tirupati also. I have given a performance. And now we are trying to myself and my friend, we are trying to coordinate with each other, and we are just practicing songs for performing also. And coming year, we are probably will be performing in this Chidambaram Natyanjali.
Great. Congratulations in advance to you and wish you good luck. This session was really informative, Sri Vidya. I think you have clearly explained the terms related to business registration, how long it will take, and what is one-person company, and a lot of other different terms. So let me quickly go ahead and ask you the final question. Can you give us a tip for entrepreneurs, especially women who aspire to start a business?
Sure. See, women has more problem. See, family background, everything has to be noted down. So the life of a woman is different before marriage and actually after marriage. So after marriage, we need to take care of our house and as well as our profession. So we did our schooling and we studied and we have spent a lot of time in our study. And I don't like sitting idle at home and wasting our knowledge in which we have mastered. So whatever the time, see, we will be having a main thing, a women entrepreneur. Why a woman needs to be entrepreneur is that we can manage both our home and our workplace. See, rather than sitting and doing household chores, it's not bad that we do household chores, because a woman only can do all the household chores, right? So we need so simply wasting our time and those things, it is not good, as because we are wasting our knowledge. Why our parents, like they have embedded with us with many knowledge. Like they sent us to school and college, we studied hard. And after our marriage, we are dumped in home. It is not like, practically I don't accept that. So I like to, at least we have to share our knowledge with others. See, at least a person, see, for example, if I am not I would have, if I'm not practicing company secretary, I would have become a teacher, like teaching at least one or two students in my CS line. So we have to share our knowledge and we have to help others. What we have got, what we have studied, through that we need to help others. At the end of the day, all entrepreneurs, all the businessmen are working for money, I don't deny it. But being a woman, and we can stand in our leg, we can be independent. An entrepreneur can be independent at all stage. It will give flexibility. Rather than going to a company, an entrepreneur will have more flexibility. I've seen in this 8 years completely flexible time. I can't, probably I can't work in weekdays for due to some occasion, or to see my daughter, her studies, hospital, various things. But what I'll do is that I'll work at night, and I give my commitment to the client that I'll finish it today. So what I do is that I'll till 2 o'clock I'll work, and I'll finish off it, and I can give it to them. In this way, I can even satisfy my kid or my home, and also my professional work. So we have a flexibility of time. We can even work, I literally say, I even work on some Sundays, not all the Sundays. And some Sundays I work, because in some weekdays I would have some other, I've engaged my time for some other household works or some other thing. So at that point we can't we can't deny that also, because that is also an important part of life. Home is also an important part of life. So main thing for entrepreneur is that they can have focus on both home and as well as our professional life. So it's better actually to be an entrepreneur. Is wonderful thing actually. We create innovation. We create innovation in our line. If you are going with a boss, if you are working with a boss, if you tell that, sir, this will work out, this will work out, they'll never take our advice, or they think they're that especially women, male boss, damn sure they'll not take even one of our advice. So if we are an entrepreneur, we'll make a number of innovations which we have in our mind. So it is better to be an entrepreneur all the time.
Absolutely. I think you nailed it down, and your words would definitely bring all the women out there out of their comfort zone. And let's hope that many such entrepreneurs emerge in the future. So, Srividya, this was a wonderful session, really insightful and informative. So, thank you for being with us and sharing your expertise. So, all the viewers, if you have any questions related to company registration or GST or funding, you can reach us at 9952013800, which is our WhatsApp number. Or you could also visit womenentrepreneurs.india.com to get better idea of what we are. So Srividya ma'am and Women Entrepreneurs India will join forces and help women across India to formalize their businesses. So thank you, viewers, and thank you, Srividya ma'am, for being with us. It was wonderful.
Thank you all. Have a good day. Thank you.
You too. Yeah, bye.